And over here, there are a lot of knocked over trees and branches. That's a good sign elephants have come through. Just keep your eyes out. We are going to be heading into elephant country. But I also have been seeing a family of mandrills running around here recently. So we've been calling this area Monkey Point. So let's just see what we can find. Oh yeah, you see mandrills over to the left there. There's some females and babies grooming each other on top of the rocks there. Little baby swinging around up there too. The male, actually no, the female and a little baby right at the bottom of those trees there. And then the male is just over here on the other side of the rocks. And mandrills are the largest monkey in the world, distinguished by their brightly colored faces, which get even brighter when they get excited. Males can weigh up to 100 pounds. That's pretty big for a monkey. He's got a big piece of tree that barked right there. We won't share it. That's so cute. Where was I? Oh yeah, they're one of the only species other than humans that can communicate using facial expressions and body language. They are pretty smart. And Rafiki from The Lion King is actually based on a mandrill, not a baboon. Whoa. And then I think I did see somebody over here to the right as well. It's kind of a weird spot though. Yeah, he's sort of backwards. You can kind of see his tail end over here. That's an elephant. Most likely a male. They tend to travel by themselves. Females will travel in a big herd with all the kids. But that is supposed to be my road over there, and it's kind of gone. So I guess we're just gonna have to go this way. I think it's an old back road we don't use too much anymore. I'm not really too sure why, but hey, Hakuna Matata. No worries, right? After all, what's the worst that could happen? Alright, this bridge doesn't look all that sturdy, but I have been over plenty of bridges like this in my time here, and I'm still around. So everyone just hold on tight. I'll go nice and slow. These things just look a lot worse than they actually are. Sounds a lot worse too, but like I said, nothing to worry about. We should be totally fine. Oh my goodness, and we'll lean to the right. Lean to the right! That worked? That worked! Alright, well we are just gonna pretend nothing happened, and we are not gonna tell the warden about that. But we did find some red clay pits over here. That is probably why the elephant was hanging around. They get a lot of the nutrients they need from this red clay. These are kind of like a multivitamin and just supplement their diet whenever they need to. And it looks like there are a lot of tusk marks in the clay over here, a lot of footprints as well, and might even mean there's a herd of elephants around. And yeah, there's some more. Elephants are the largest animal on land, but they do have very sensitive skin, and they can get sunburnt just like we can. So they use their trunks to pick up dirt, mud, clay, whatever they can find really, and they toss it on their backs, type like a natural sunscreen for them. The trunks are also really impressive. They have about 40,000 different muscles in them, so they're very agile and strong. They can also hold 5 gallons of water in them, whether it's to drink or splash themselves. And a group of elephants like this can be called a herd, but it can also be called a parade, just like in the Jungle Book.
Just a baby.
There's a little baby elephant back there, putting her legs very wide. Trying to make her look bigger. I don't really know. There we go. Alright, she's about a year and a half old now, and already over 1,000 pounds. I know, doesn't look like it. She holds her weight well. Elephants do have the longest pregnancy out of any animal. 22 months. That's almost 2 years of being pregnant. But babies are 300 pounds when they're born, so they have a lot of growing to do in there. And you may have heard that an elephant never forgets. That's pretty true. They have great memories. They can remember events, places, even elephants in different herds. They're very, very smart. On the opposite end of that spectrum, over to the left are greater flamingo.
Beautiful.
They are the largest of all the flamingo, standing about 5 feet tall when they're fully grown. They're also the lightest colored pink, but they're actually pretty gray in color when they're hatched. It takes them about a year to get that pink color, which they get from their diet of brine shrimp, which is high in beta-carotene. And a group of flamingo like this has a really fun name. It's called a flamboyance. But it looks like you're stuck in a bit of a giraffic jam, if you will. There might be some animals in the road up ahead somewhere. We'll just have to wait until they decide to get out of the way.
Just said we're in a Jurassic Jam. Hey, ducky ducky.
Alright, so it sounds like there are some rhinos in the road up ahead here. And the rhinos kind of get to do whatever they want because they are very large. So they can tip these trucks over if they really want to. So we're going to let them be in the road if they want to, but hopefully we'll be moving in here pretty soon. Now the animals here on the reserve are free roaming. They are free to go wherever they choose. And they do oftentimes choose to be directly on our paths. They do have the right of way. We have to let them cross and do what they have to do. It usually doesn't take too long. They're pretty good about obeying the laws of traffic, but every once in a while they just kind of stand in the road, sit down in the road, lay down in the road. It just depends on how much trouble they feel like causing today. And everyone has their days. Yeah, it's usually the giraffes and the ostriches that are the issues. But everyone has their days, and the rhinos do have their days pretty often here. And it looks like some of the trucks are moving up a little bit. It doesn't sound like the rhinos have gotten out of the way yet, so we're probably just going to move up a couple feet. But we'll be moving eventually here for real. Good thing we had to pull up to here because this is actually my favorite view on the entire reserve. You've got the baobab tree, the elephants, the flamingos, a safari truck. It's like a postcard. Also, we're getting to spend a lot of quality time with these flamingos here. So you can see some of them are standing on one leg, and you've probably heard that before, that flamingos stand on one leg, but you may not know why. Well, that's okay, because no one knows why. There's been a lot of different studies, a lot of theories, about 16 different theories about why they stand on one leg, but no one theory has been proven to be the only reason, so we really don't know. It could be to help them balance, it could be to help control their body temperature. Like I said, it does a couple different things, but really nothing in particular that stands out as like the one reason they do it. You may also notice that one that's kind of sitting on the island there, that looks like his knees have bent backwards. It's actually not their knees, those are their ankles. So yeah, that's why they've been that way. It's pretty weird. And then all those little white birds out there are ibises. They're not baby flamingos. They're just little Florida nuisances that are everywhere. They followed us here, so they're around. You'll see them everywhere, but they're not part of the flamingo flamboyance here. They've just joined in for the free food.
It's hot now, right here, doesn't it? I'm stood in there.
Also, a little fun fact: if you look at the island that the flamingos are on, it's actually a hidden Mickey. Yeah, we've got the two ears on this side, and then where the trees are, that's the head. So it's a little hidden Mickey if you have your hidden Mickey books, or you look for hidden Mickeys anywhere. That's our big one. It used to be the largest hidden Mickey in all of Walt Disney World, and then they built those solar panels over by Epcot, and now that is the largest hidden Mickey. So we are still the second largest. Yep, those rhinos are still in the road. They're pretty stubborn some days. Every once in a while they have their bad days and they just want to be right in the road and do not want to move. So, looks like we're having one of those days. It shouldn't take too long. Like I said, it's never like an hour or anything. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes. Actually, it looks like they might be moving up a little bit again, so we'll see who else we can go see while we're out here. would like to take a second to talk about poachers, because they are a really big threat out here. And they do target animals like elephants for their tusks made out of ivory, rhinos for their horns, and even lions and cheetahs for their fur coats. And poachers are really well financed and have a lot of high-tech tools and sophisticated hunting methods, so it's tough for us to keep up. But these animals also suffer from habitat loss due to human encroachment, because the more humans there are, the more land we need, and the less land there is left for these animals. One way that you can help is by recycling your old electronic devices and cell phones. There's a mineral in there called coltan, which is mined for a lot of these animals, but especially the elephants live. So by recycling them, you reduce the need to keep mining there, saving the land for the elephants. But there's a lot that you can do to help save the environment. You can recycle whatever can be recycled, so whether it's cell phones and tablets, or it's paper, plastic, cardboard, whatever you can recycle in your hometown is much appreciated out here. You can also just reduce the amount of resources you use and waste, like water and electricity, and just reducing the amount of waste you make at home as well. It's all one earth, it's all connected, so whatever little things that you can do in your home does make a difference even all the way out here in Africa. So also make sure you're bringing those reusable bags to the grocery store instead of taking home plastic bags.